You will never hit your goals as a high ticket closer until you understand this. I'm going to share something that hundreds of closers paid me $12,000 each to get access to. The same exact secret that allowed me to earn over $100,000 a month in commissions. Something about goal setting that nobody else talks about, that is the secret that within 17 months turned 5 high-ticket closers into unicorn closers who all earned $100,000 a month in commissions and beyond. So in this video, I am going to share something that is unbelievably powerful if you want to be in the top 1% of salespeople that exist, and more importantly, now that we're at the end of January, if you want 2026 to be your year to earn FU money. The amount of money that when I interviewed high ticket closers inside my mastermind, they turned around and said to me, I'm making more money than I even know what to do with. That is a good problem to have. And if you don't have that problem right now, you need to watch this video till the very end so that you know why that is. So let's crack in. It is the end of January at the time of filming this video, and we have had more closers join the Unicorn Closer Mastermind than ever before. Why is that? It is because of what I'm about to share with you. Now, to give you some context on where this came from, one of the secrets that I teach inside the Unicorn Closer Mastermind is how to set your goals in a way that actually works. Works in 2 ways. Number one, you're actually going to have a high goal, not some middle of the road, mediocre goal that nobody's going to be impressed by, let alone yourself. The second part of that is hitting the actual goal. There's no point having great goals that you don't hit, and there's no point having mediocre goals that you do hit. The whole point is to have life-changing goals so you can build the life of your dreams and actually turn that from a pipe dream into your actual reality. That is something that we have done like clockwork inside the Unicorn Closer Mastermind. We have closers that have bought their dream cars, retired their parents, retired their wives, taken their kids on the lifetime trips of their dreams, bought their first home, bought a second home, invested in different things, built their first business, all from mastering high-ticket sales and mastering themselves and being able to earn life-changing money so that they could actually build the lives of their dreams. So what is the secret? As I said at the start of this video, this is a secret that I have never shared publicly before. This is part of the Launchpad, which is the internal mastery training inside the Unicorn Closer Mastermind that I taught Alex Hormozi's old gym launch sales team. I got taught this from my underground sales mentor, and as you already know, the results were life-changing. I was able to close over $1 million a month in cash collected, and I was able to earn over $100,000 a month in commissions. So you may have heard before of something called a vision board. And you might think, yeah, vision boards, all woo-woo and spiritual nonsense and manifesting and putting pretty little pictures up on a piece of paper. If you have those beliefs, I completely get it. And I completely understand, because those are not the real, true powers of a vision board. Most people think that goal setting is about one of those 2 things. Getting clear on the color of the Lamborghini that you would like, having a nice, clear picture of the house that you want, and having this very crystal understanding on a piece of paper or on a little sketchbook or in your notes app on your iPhone, wherever it is you put it, of the specifics of what it is that you want to have manifest in your reality or create in your reality. It is not about being more specific. That's not the secret to goal setting that will allow you to actually hit massive goals and earn a huge living as a high ticket closer. Neither is the secret manifesting. Oh, well, if I just imagine the picture and imagine the picture and imagine the picture, I'm all of a sudden going to manifest a house. No, there are spiritual laws to selling. There are spiritual laws to life, but it's not just manifesting, and it's not knowing what paint job you want on your house or your Ferrari. So what is the actual secret? This is going to either go over your head as too simple and too basic, and that's why you're still broke as a closer, or you're going to sit with it and go, shit, that is actually the key piece that I've been missing. The real power in a vision board is this. When you write down or print out a picture of something that you want, it is the first moment that you stop lying to yourself that you don't actually want those things. So what do I mean by that? When you actually sit there and think, you know what? I do actually want a Lamborghini. I do actually want a bigger house. I do actually want to retire my parents. That is the first time in your life that you've stopped rationalizing, stopped playing small, stopped playing safe because it was the easy option. It is the very fact that you get a piece of paper, your background screensaver on your laptop, your background screensaver on your iPhone, print it out, put it up, whatever you do with it, it is the very fact that you admit to yourself that you want those things and say, yes, I actually want that. That is the true power. The reason 99.9% of salespeople are still poor is because they are still denying themselves the truth. As they say in the Bible, as they say in all sorts of different spiritual realms, the truth is what will set you free. And right now, you, like most high-ticket closers, aren't being honest with yourself. You're telling yourself these little stories of, I don't really need a car. I don't really want a big house. I don't really want to go on business class trips. If that was genuinely the truth, you wouldn't be watching my videos. You would not be watching this channel because that is not what this channel is about. You know that I know, and I know that you know that I know that this channel is about living big, accomplishing dreams and realities that most people are too afraid to even consider. They're not willing to put in the work. This channel is about me saying, yeah, you should have a fucking mansion. You should have a supercar or two. You should have watches that are the prices of a Lamborghini. You should be retiring your parents. You should be taking your parents on $25,000 safaris. If you haven't seen that video already, it's on my YouTube channel. I have a video called The Real Reason That I Got Rich in High Ticket Sales. And it's all about the fact that at the end of my life, I never wanted to have regrets that I played it safe and I played it small because I was lying to myself. The real power, in fact, the only power in setting goals down on a piece of paper or in the notes app of your phone is that you stop lying to yourself. You finally say, yes, I actually want those things. And I'll say it again. You do want those things because you're watching this channel. If you didn't want those things, you would not be here. So the question is, we are a month into 2026. Did you write down on a piece of paper, put on the background of your computer or the background of your iPhone or whatever phone you use, what you actually want? The likely answer is no. Or the other answer is, I put something small on there, like a new $50,000 car. That is the same as lying to yourself. Why are you denying yourself the truth? The truth is you want to live big. You have big goals. That's why you watch my channel. You know full well this channel is not about and is not for, and I have zero interest in communicating to people that want to play small. I want you to become the best version of yourself, to self-actualize so that you can have everything you want in life. Because those two things together are what life is all about. Changing to the maximal level who you are on the inside so you can change to the maximum level who you are on the outside. And the reciprocal of that is a very important thing to understand. If you don't want big changes on the outside, you just want a middle-of-the-road car and a 2-bedroom apartment in Miami, you won't have to become much more as a person. And the greatest adventure of your life is to become everything that you could possibly be. And the only way to do that is to have big external goals, because that is the focus that makes you realize how drastically you have to change as a person. Because those goals are difficult to acquire. They are the top 1%. They are rare. They are special. They are the truest representation of what your life could, should, and would be if you stop lying to yourself. So the lesson in this video is a simple one, but the depth and the length that this truth is going to change the trajectory of your life is infinite. From today moving forward till the day that you die, if you start actually printing out, physically writing it down with a piece of paper, what you actually want in life, and you admit to yourself, actually, I do want those things, that is the biggest shift in your trajectory of life that you could ever possibly have. It all starts with actually writing it down. Don't say to yourself, well, I've got it in my head. No, because in your head is where you can twirl that thing around with a bunch of excuses, rationalizing and lying again. Well, I put in my head that I want a Bugatti, but actually that's a multiple $1,000,000 car. Maybe I should just go down a few notches and get a high-end Ford. Why don't you actually write it down on a piece of paper, put the picture up and go, shit, that's an expensive car, but truly, if I had infinite money, that's what I want. And here's a way to think about it. If money was no option, what would you want? That is the true doorway to not lying to yourself. Forget how much it's going to cost. Forget how difficult it's going to be to earn that money. Forget how much you're going to have to transform and evolve and level up as a person to get there. If you just had a credit card with infinite money and there was no catch, what would you want? That is the starting point to goal setting, to actually be fully raw and real and authentic and honest with yourself. That's where it begins. And if you don't start with that, your life will end today. And what I mean by that is there is a saying which says, people get buried at 80, 90 years old, but they actually died at 30, 40 years old when they stopped living their dreams out. You don't want to be on this planet already dead inside, just waiting till the day that you get put in a hole in the ground. You actually want to use your time on this planet. Number one, so you can actually live life to the max. And number two, so you can inspire others to do the same. That's why I live big. Frankly, I didn't really care about a watch at the time that I bought it, but I knew that not getting the watch was me choosing to cap myself. Choosing to say, well, I don't really need that. It's not about needing it. It's about why not? Now I've got it. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. This is the point. You have to stop denying to yourself the truth, which is you do want a mansion. You do want 2 nice cars. You do want a big family, if that's what you want, where they can all have nice things. The point being, there are personal things for you that you are lying to yourself about and saying, I don't really want it. And the only reason you're saying that is because it's the easy option. The easy option is the guaranteed way for 2026 to be another year for you as a high ticket closer that you don't make any real money. It's another year of 10K a month, another year of 20K a month, another year of 30K a month. Why are there closers like me and multiple closers inside my Unicorn Closer Mastermind that all got to over $100,000 a month in commissions, and they did it really, 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 really quickly? 17 months for me, 16 months, 15 months, 14 months. And there was 2 that did it in 16 months. Why have they done it in 14 to 17 months and you are multiple months, if not multiple years, into your high ticket sales journey and you haven't done it? It's because they set the goal, which is one of the things that they invested $12,000 each to get access to, a truth-based system called the Launchpad, which is let's actually have a real, no bullshit conversation about how you are showing up as a high ticket closer. One of those key pieces is you haven't written your goals down and actually said to yourself, I truly want that. Because that is scary, because it's facing the mirror, looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, the version of me that I am right now is not enough. Yes, it's not enough. That's the cold, hard truth. But if you don't admit that to yourself, which only comes on the back of admitting to yourself you want tangible changes in your life, you'll stay where you are for 2026. As I said at the start of this video, this message came to me when I looked at the amount of new members that have come in the mastermind for 2026 already in January. And I thought, why is that? The artificial thing that happens when the clocks turn over from 2025 to 2026 is you stop lying to yourself. But if you haven't already got on the inside, that artificial realization point wasn't enough for you. So I'm giving you an even deeper universal truth and a look in the mirror and telling you it straight so that you can decide, given that we're at the end of January and you still aren't on the inside of the mastermind, which if you're watching this channel, you know is the thing that will take you to the next level. getting on the inside, getting direct access to me and my underground mentor for support, mentorship, and training, and getting around other unicorn closers. You know that that's the thing that's going to take you to the next level. And when 2025 finished and 2026 began, there was more high-ticket closers that joined our mastermind than any other month. For the portion of them that joined, it was a realization point of, yeah, actually, I didn't accomplish what I wanted in 2025, and I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm going to admit to myself that was a shit show and it's all my fault. 2026, not another year. That's what they said to themselves. You didn't say that, or you would already be on the inside. So now I'm sharing with you at the end of January, if you didn't write down your goals, I can guarantee you, unless you change that right now, 2026 will be another average year for you, where you played it safe, you played it small, and it all starts and ends with you actually doing the difficult thing, which is to get a blank piece of paper and either write down the word, the detail, or stick a picture on it, and you should probably do it on your computer and your phone as well. What do you really want? And you have to admit the truth to yourself, what you really want. That is the secret to vision boards. It's not the pretty picture. It's not the color scheme of the car. It's not manifestation. It is a spiritual law, which is called authenticity. In other words, being true to yourself. You want something and you're denying that to yourself. You want something and you're suppressing the truth. You are repressing the authentic emotions and identity of who you want to be. Until the moment that you stop doing that, you are not living truthfully. And the spiritual laws of sales and life are based on alignment. They are based on vibration and frequency, which simply says you get who you are, not what you want. So if you are not living the life that you want to live, it's because the version of who you are is not the person that it needs to be. And the key shift is to change your reality. You have to change the channel that you're tuned into on the radio station. You are tuned into the wrong radio station right now. That's why you're not looking around you and going, wow, look at my 2 Ferraris, look at my villa with a seaside view, look at all my watches, look at my parents sat there having a great time on a trip which is all paid for. That's not the reality that you can look out from wherever you're watching this from and see right now. And that is all because you haven't tuned in to being honest with yourself. So the question I have for you is, how many more days are you going to waste away not truly setting goals because it is scary to be honest with yourself? You didn't even commit to the goal because that was easier than lying to yourself. But to be a unicorn, to self-actualize, the first thing is to be honest with yourself, to raise up your level of consciousness, to raise up your awareness and say, this is the real me. If I wasn't denying myself, if I wasn't scared of the hard work and showing up and aligning myself with a high-level mentorship where people are actually pushing because there's a high level of standards, you'd have a very high likelihood that 2026 is the year that you change your external reality. 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12 months from now, you send me a picture of your Ferrari. You send me a picture of your parents on a vacation that you've taken them on, which literally the other day, I was looking at multiple of those photos inside the Unicorn Closer Mastermind and feeling happy, feeling proud, feeling inspired that that is what we do inside the mastermind. But you will not accomplish that until you finally be honest with yourself. The truth is what will set you free. If you want to make FU money in 2026, build the life of your dreams, the way to set goals is to stop lying to yourself. And the only real way to stop lying to yourself is to carve it into something real. A piece of paper, a background on your computer, a screensaver on your phone. And it's not real when it comes in and out of your head. 1 minute you're thinking, yeah, I do actually want that. Then a few hours later or a few days later, you've pushed it out your brain because it felt difficult to actually stick to that. Put it down physically and then ask yourself, once you've got it physically in front of you, what is it going to take for me to make this happen? That this actually happens within the next 11 months. That is my message for you. Maybe I'll see you on the inside of the mastermind where the truth is the first starting point to set you free from the shackles of scarcity, mediocrity, playing small, and not living up to your full potential. There is a link below this video. It is the end of January already. Flew by. Are you going to let another day, week, or month go by? Not being truthful, not being honest to yourself that you want a life that you don't have and aren't living right now. If the answer to that is I'm done lying to myself, I'm going to actually write it down, actually commit to my goals, and actually get around unicorn closers that are making those goals their reality, I look forward to seeing you on the inside of the mastermind. Click the link below this video, join, and we'll see you there.